Know who we are. I'm Matthew Davis. I'm here on First State Home Team here at the Wilmington Keller Williams in Delaware. And you are?
I'm Rakan. I'm a realtor, team leader of First State Home Team, and investor here in Wilmington area.
That he is.
And we are on episode 11, I believe.
What are we talking about?
Don't shoot us if we're wrong on the episode count, because
there's not 11 posted, but we've recorded 11.
Yeah,
put it that way.
Yeah.
So you can't really shoot us either way because you don't know, because we don't know either. So.
We really don't know.
Yeah.
But the goal is to provide great content, not to make the prettiest content, not to make the most high quality production, anything like that.
For us, it's not about the production right now. It's totally about the quality of the actual content. What we're actually saying, is that useful, right?
Yep.
Is there any value-based content, right? But not so much production-based, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are we talking about today?
Well, we went to a couple people that listen to the podcast and asked what they wanted to talk about. So today we're talking about mindset and burnout, courtesy of Monica Smith in this office.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. So we got a lot to dig into, and it's going to be kind of hard to organize our thoughts because it's kind of like, that kind of goes into like a lot of stuff, right? That's a really big topic, but we'll do our best to dig into it.
Yeah,
I think talking about time blocking, talking about like discipline with your time, I think that's a really big part of it.
Yeah.
So we can dig into that.
If I had to guess, not just realtors, but any small business owner is going to struggle with discipline, motivation, mindset.
Yeah,
burnout.
Whether it's real estate or sales or just any kind of anything where you probably don't have a boss and maybe you don't have deadlines.
Big time.
Right.
Yeah, big time.
Yep.
Yeah, well, before we do that, we are going to do our guess the price. So every episode I pull up a closed property within the past 6 months. I give Rakan the opportunity to guess the price. If the property is below $500,000, he needs to be within $10,000 of a guess to get a point. And if he's within, or if it's above $500,000, he needs to be within $20,000, right? So right now, I'm not 100% sure what you are. You might be like 2 for 4, 2 for 5, something like that. We'll call it a 4. We'll call it a 4. Right. Yeah. But I have another one. So we're going to try to do this in 60 seconds.
I noticed I say right a lot on these. So just...
Right?
Right. Yeah, I'll say something and I'll go right. Like I was watching the last video and I was like, oh God, that sounded terrible.
I don't even notice.
So just catch me if I...
Okay. So no more saying right. You have to say left now.
Yeah, left.
All right, you ready? I'm going to start the minute timer.
Down. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to give him details, but obviously I can't tell him the address. Mm-hmm. But pretty much whatever he asks, I can answer. But he needs to know by the end of 60 seconds. All right, let's go.
Go for it.
So this is zip code 19720. So you know where that's at. This is a 4-bedroom, 1.5 bathroom. Okay. 1650 square footage. Okay. Your yearly taxes are $1,000. Not that really matters. You would know that already. It's about 1/5 of an acre. Mm-hmm. Okay. Your condition. All right. You do have a 1-car garage. Your condition is very grandma.
Okay.
Right. So think about purple carpets, or like, they're not literally purple, but you know what I mean? Colored carpets. Mm-hmm. It looks like you have a 3 seasons room.
Okay. Not bad condition, but grandma.
Yeah, it's grandma. It's not bad. It's livable. You know what I mean? Definitely have traditional financing on it for sure.
All right, what we got to do is start the timer after you give me the details, because the timer's already up.
Is it really? Yeah. Well, no. Now that's all the information I could give you. Now you got to guess. Now you have to guess, right? I think that makes sense.
Detached home?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Basement?
Dude, time's up.
I need some details.
All right, I got you.
That's it. Just give me the basement. Yes or no?
I believe so. Hold on. Let me just make sure.
All right. I'm thinking it's either Jefferson Farms or Penn Acres, probably. Is it split level or colonial?
Oh, this is so grandma.
Or ranch?
Colonial.
Colonial?
Yep.
So probably Jefferson Farms, I'm going to guess. Grandma, Jefferson Farms.
Yes, basement.
4-bedroom, 1.5 with a basement. Grandma condition. I'm going to say 325.
Final answer?
I feel like it might be a little lower than 325. Maybe 315. Let's go 315.
350.
350? Wow.
Yeah, I
On the
think it's
higher end.
a pretty good size. I mean,
What
it's
neighborhood was it?
Jefferson, I believe. Wait,
Jefferson?
let's see.
Okay.
No, it's Penn Acres. Sorry,
Hmm.
Penn Acres.
Got the
Yep,
neighborhood.
Colonial, 1965,
Yep.
1650 square
Mm.
footage.
See, in my mind, I was Jefferson Farms, which is a little cheaper than Penn Acres. Penn Acres, I probably would have said like 340. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, this house has a lot of potential. I would buy something like
Yeah,
this for
that's a pretty
sure.
good buy.
I would definitely buy something like that. Like
Yep.
the cabinets, good condition. You could just refinish them. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty good buy.
All right,
Cool.
let's talk about it.
Let's dig into it. So where do we start with that? Mindset and burnout.
Let me ask you this. Why do people have burnout? Why do they struggle with mindset?
I mean, it's tough. That's like the name of the game, right? In most places, like we're not doing rocket science here, right? It's not like usually it's not a knowledge thing. It's an action thing. It's a mindset thing, right? The mindset usually precedes the action. You can take action without having the right mindset, and that's great. But usually, getting in the right mindset precedes the action that you need to take to get your results, right?
Mhm.
I just caught myself there.
What'd you say,
That's all
right?
right. Yeah.
Oh, you're saying like when you'd say, okay,
Yeah,
got it.
Yep.
That's all right, dude. I don't even notice.
Yeah. Well, we're getting better. So I think one of the biggest things is your schedule, time blocking, right? So we always talk about like the one thing, the 80-20 rule, focusing on the 20% that gets you the 80% of your results instead of your 80% that gets you the 20% of your results. Most people focus on that 80% that gets you 20% of your results or less. Honestly, it's probably less than 20% of results. So I would say people need to do an audit of their schedule. Okay, look at your schedule. If you're a salesperson, right? Our license says real estate salesperson. Okay, and people hate being a salesperson, but that's what you are. You're in a sales business. You can be ethical, and you can build a community, and you can have great relationships with your clients and friends and family. But at the end of the day, you're a salesperson. You don't eat if you don't sell anything, right? So I would do a schedule audit. I would look at what does my calendar look like on one hand, and then I would also take a notepad and put every 15 minutes throughout your day, what did you actually do with that time? I'm telling you, you're going to find a lot of time there.
Even if that means you were scrolling social media.
Yeah. That's why we do 15 minutes, because 15 minutes adds up, right? If you're auditing every hour, you could do 15 minutes of scrolling on social media and 45 minutes of work, which is better than nothing, but you're still doing 75% of what you think you are because you're scrolling on social media for 15 minutes or running to the bathroom or talking with a colleague or something like that, right?
Right.
So I would do that. I would do an audit of your schedule and kind of break it out and then just see what your day actually looks like.
So are you saying that because regardless of how you feel, you're saying if you know what your calendar, you're talking about time blocking because regardless of how you feel in the moment,
right,
having the discipline to know what you should be doing because it's on your calendar kind of trumps whatever else, the mindset motivation that you should have in the moment.
Well, yeah, but also it causes the burnout. So I guess there's two kinds of burnout you could look at. You could look at burnout from winning and being really busy. Like if you had 10 deals under contract right now, you'd probably feel a little burnt out because it'd be pushing yourself to the limits. You know what I mean? And that's kind of a good burnout. And then you have like, I'm losing burnout. Like I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I'm working really hard and I'm just not getting anywhere. I'm not getting any results from it. So that's kind of the kind of burnout I'm talking about right now. That's where most people are.
Got it.
The other kind of burnout is much better.
Okay, got it. So you're saying time block, that way you know what you're spinning your wheels on.
So if you're selling less than 20 properties a year, you probably should be working less than 20 hours a week. If you're like, man, I'm just so busy, I'm working 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, I'm burnt out, I'm not getting the results I want, it's because you're spending too much time doing things that don't move the needle.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
And it's tricky because there's a lot of things that like, if you squint, it looks like work, it feels like work, you know?
Like making a Canva template.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. Yeah, that's a great example. I mean, look at it like in the fitness space, right? That would be like signing up for the gym
Right.
researching what the best gym is nearby, making a workout plan, putting together a meal plan, buying gym clothes, like all those things that people want
It's
to
all
do
around
to
the
feel
actual,
productive. And it's not that they're totally unimportant. It's just that they feel like the most important thing and they're not the most important thing.
Right.
You don't need fancy gym shoes to get in the gym and work out. You don't even need a gym. You can just get outside and walk, get outside and run, you know?
That's a good point.
So a good litmus test is take it to the extreme. I think Alex Hormozy talks about this. If you only did that one thing, where would you be? Right?
Right.
If you never signed up for a gym, never made a workout plan, never made a meal plan, but you went outside for 4 hours a day and worked out, just ran around your neighborhood, would you get in shape? Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
If you only made a meal plan, made a workout plan, bought fancy new shoes, would you get in shape?
No.
No.
Not
Right?
until you do the thing.
Yep.
Right.
So in real estate, if you only made cold calls, would you sell houses?
Of course.
Yes. If you only made a business plan, would you sell houses?
Of course not.
If you only posted on social media, would you sell houses?
Likely not.
Probably not, honestly. It's not as effective as most people think.
Depending. That depends.
I
That's,
don't know.
that's
I
a
mean, there's-
spectrum. That one's a spectrum for
That
sure.
is a spectrum, and that's where it kind of gets tricky here. But how many people do you
But
see?
significantly less than the average realtor probably thinks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And also, if you're doing that, we're not talking like a post a week or a post a day. If you're taking it to the extreme, we're talking like multiple pieces of content per day
Right.
and really building a brand.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably like 30 a week or
Like
something.
40 hours a week dedicated towards social media. You will sell houses that way and you can build it, and that's great. But that's not what people do on social media for the most part.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well then, I mean, circle back then, talk about mindset then.
Mhm.
I mean, because that question, I'm sure where that comes from is the burnout part. But coming into the office and just doing the things that you know you need to do. Most
Yep.
realtors know what they need to do,
Right.
like at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So
We know what we need to do, but it's uncomfortable. So we try to find other ways around it.
yeah,
Yeah.
big time. Okay, but talk about the motivation piece. Like,
Mhm.
how are you coming into the office and doing the things that you know you need to do,
Mhm.
regardless of the fact that you don't feel like doing them?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure, unless I'm sure you love making calls,
Mhm.
you love it,
Oh,
right?
I love it.
I mean, to death.
Just love getting hung
Take
up
it to the
on.
grave.
Yep. No, I do actually. I've done it long enough now that I do actually kind of enjoy it. And when I take like a weekend off, I kind of miss it. I come
way.
back in, I'm like, oh, this is fun, you know. You gotta have the right mindset. So I mean, there's a couple like I like going back to different phrases that kind of get you into the right mindset.
Mhm.
You know, so like how if you knew that after 20 calls you would get one sale, how quickly would you want to get through those no's?
Oh, I mean,
Pretty quickly, right? Wouldn't you be on the
Yeah.
phone like just running through it, burning
Right.
through it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get to the yes,
Mhm.
right? The problem is people they want that certainty, but they don't want to do the work, because if you do the work, you will get those results,
Right.
right? But we're afraid of the certainty or the uncertainty that comes with it.
So you work backwards a lot and then just look at numbers and say,
Mhm.
okay,
Yep.
what do those numbers look like for you? Obviously, it depends on who you're
yeah.
calling.
Yeah, it depends. So I'd say, so when we work like our SOI marketing system for our past clients, repeat SOI, stuff like that, I typically get one sale per year for every 12 people in that database.
Got it.
So that's not necessarily a direct call, that like the mail and the pop by and everything like that kind of plays into it.
Mhm.
But as we do the client events, I usually get one referral probably every 20 calls or so I make.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, what about other conversions?
I mean, you can do cold calls. You know, I haven't done a lot recently,
Right.
but I mean, maybe you can talk about that. You just closed one from a cold call.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't tracked it well enough to be
Yeah.
honest to even know for sure.
Well, I typically
Although one stat I do know is if I know that if I call for an hour,
Mhm.
I usually make 10 contacts
Mhm.
and I usually get one lead.
Yep.
And then out
Yeah,
of
that's
every
about
one
right.
lead, you could probably convert. It's tough to say because
One out
the
of
cold
20
call.
or so.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean the calls that I'm making or that I would make.
Yeah.
You know, the time frames are so long; it's
Yep.
hard to even quantify it.
Yeah.
But It'd be easier for expired FISBOs probably.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I feel like we got to talk more about it though. I mean, like, what are you saying to yourself in the morning, when you have to come in and you're just like, I mean, at this point, you miss it, so it's weird.
Yeah,
but
I know it's weird.
but there's definitely points where you don't, right?
Sure.
I mean, that you don't want to do it.
Mhm.
So like, you come in on Saturdays sometimes and finish up your calls.
Yeah.
Do you want to come in on that Saturday? Like,
No,
surely not.
I just want to chill.
I know how you are. I know how he is on his weekends now. Now he's kind of like, don't talk to me on the weekends. Sorta, not necessarily. It's like you can call him, ask him a question, but he's not like gonna go just do an open house randomly, like, or maybe randomly, but not like
my
every
weekends.
weekend.
I just try to keep positive. It's like, sure, like I don't mind doing stuff or like talking to the team on weekends or talking to clients. Just don't give me any bullshit on the weekend, please. Like, I don't want to hear from a buyer that is getting cold feet. I'll deal with that on Monday. Like, yeah. Anyway,
but what are you saying to yourself on those hard times, those hard days? Like the mindset piece, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so I mean,
how do you build that?
You got to look at it as like a test, right? And it's like, so I remember very distinctly. I have a couple of rental properties. I think I have eight or 9 doors now. And I remember when I had like 3, my wife and I were going to do some event in Philly that we were looking forward to, like a dinner or something like that. And on the way to that dinner, I had a call from my tenant that the upstairs, I can't remember exactly what happened. I can't remember if the upstairs tenant flooded the downstairs or their HVAC. No, I think their HVAC went out. I can't quite remember. Anyway, something happened.
Something stupid.
That was going to cost me like $12,000 to repair. And like, it just put me in the worst mood possible. And my wife and I got into a fight naturally. Like, that's fair, and it's not necessarily my fault. Like, it's tough to deal with that, right? That's a gut punch when you're trying to get ahead and you're saving up money, and then you just $12,000. That's like a nice little chunk, right? When
no
you're
doubt.
getting started, and it really it ruined my day and just put me in a terrible mindset. And I remember thinking, this is what I asked for. This is what comes along with what I want. My goal is to have this real estate team, this successful team, and to have hundreds of rental properties and, who knows what else after that. I'm going to have stuff like this happen. Right? It's like a test. It's like beating a boss on a video game, right? This is the boss. If you don't beat it, you don't get to go to the next level. Right? So it's just kind of that mindset of like, this is part of the price I have to pay. This is part of what I asked for. I can either fail the test and crumble and get stressed out and have anxiety over it and not growing,
move forward,
or I can learn how to deal with it, right? And I think having that mindset is dealing with it, just understanding that, right? Having the right perception, having the right mindset,
right? So just having that framework into anything that comes up hard, it's like, this is what
I asked for.
Feels like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I talk about a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a big Alex Hormozy guy. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. It's just having the right expectation of what hard feels like.
Why do you think people don't have that?
The Spartan race was a perfect example, right?
I knew we were going to talk about that. I'm excited to talk about that.
Yeah. So that plays into it too. That's a great thing to bring up. So, like, the Spartan race was harder than I thought it was going to be. Was it harder than you thought it was going to be?
Yes and no.
I thought it was going to be hard. Yes, but it was hard.
To be fair, I thought the Spartan race, I had no. Okay, so what we're talking about right now, me, Rakan, as well as a few other people from the office, we just did a Spartan race here in the Poconos,
Blue Mountain,
this past weekend. And one reason I'm glad we're bringing it up is because I don't think any of us really love running or care to run or care to be sprinters or anything.
Right.
But I think we're all doing it because we wanted to challenge ourselves.
Yep.
That's 100% the reason.
Yep.
We just wanted to challenge ourselves, do something hard. I wasn't even going up there for the views, right? I didn't even realize there was going to be views.
Oh, yeah.
Which was beautiful, by the way. We literally went to the top of this mountain. But we're driving there, so I go with Rakan, and I legit thought, okay, it's a 5K. I could probably do a 5K in a park in 25 to 27 minutes max. This is probably going to take an hour because the Spartan race has obstacles, right? long story short, it took us 3.5 hours.
Three
So
and
it
a
just
half
goes to
hours.
show like what did we have to deal with, right?
You start at the bottom of the mountain, and you have to walk all the way to the top. Very steep. Good incline there.
Literally to the top of the mountain.
And then you start doing the obstacles, which
Yeah.
were brutal.
And like when we're saying steep, like
It's
steep. Like
It's
you could easily fall back if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, if you fell, you'd be
In
rolling
fact,
down that hill.
me personally, I was slipping because it was super hot, 90 something. It's actually pretty good. It was, probably like 91, 92, something like that,
Yeah.
which it could have been 98 and been worse, but the dirt was so dry that I felt like I was slipping. I didn't have grip or whatever.
Yeah.
But, once we started doing it, it's like, oh, like this was harder than we thought. But that was like the beauty of it,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we're going to complete this thing and it's going to feel so good.
Yeah.
And we felt, I mean, I don't know about you. I felt amazing afterwards.
Oh,
my body hurt.
Not immediately afterwards. I couldn't form a sentence for an hour.
Oh yeah.
Like my brain was like mush. I was like, what did we just go through?
Me and Penny fell asleep in the car.
The next day, I was like, that was awesome. I can't wait to do it again.
Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to do it again. So going into it, I was like, okay, this could be something I do maybe once a year or something. I want to do another one in a couple weeks. Like not a couple weeks, but
yeah,
I could see myself doing one every 1 or 2 months. Like 2 months might be right.
Maybe
but
quarterly
potentially.
There's not a lot around here though.
There's not a lot around
Jersey.
But that's kind of the cool.
But the Philly one's not that cool. It's in a stadium.
See, that's what I thought too. I thought that
it's
too.
Not as fun.
But I could see myself flying out to. That's the one way I could explore. Go out to Colorado. Go out to. There's one in Hawaii, right? That would be super cool.
That'd be fun.
But to get back on track, why did we bring that up? Like, what was the first piece of bringing that up?
Well, I think the expectation of what hard feels like.
Yeah.
And usually, when you do something hard, even if you go into it with the mindset that it's going to be hard, it's probably going to be harder than you really think.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson says, like, I think it's Mike Tyson. No, not Mike Tyson.
Muhammad Ali? Maybe. I don't know.
Some boxer said, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
Oh, man.
Right?
That might have been Mike Tyson. Actually.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But it makes sense because it's way easier said than done.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep, the map is not the territory.
I'm going to go make these calls this morning. You're like 2 calls in. You're like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, exactly.
2 no's in. You're like, oh, my goodness.
So during that Spartan race, like I wanted to quit multiple times. And this is a good point for like real estate too, right? My mindset there was just put one foot in front of the other. Take it one step at a time. If you got to the top of that mountain, which was probably one of the hardest parts of the whole course, was just getting to the top.
I agree.
Not even with the obstacles, just getting to the top of the mountain in that heat, in that incline. If you thought about how much farther you had left to go, you'd quit, right? You'd probably crumble.
Oh, yeah.
If you're like, man, I'm just getting started. I'm halfway. I haven't even touched the obstacles yet.
Which, if you think about it, we were like a quarter of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Once by the time we got to
that
was it took us about 40 minutes to get up
and then 2 miles down.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can't think about everything that's going to come, how much farther you have to go. You have to think about one step at a time. Like I literally thought to myself, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, like just keep going 1 foot at a time.
Right.
And that's kind of what you should do with real estate too. It's like, don't worry about everything. Don't worry about your goal for the year. Just focus on what you need to do today. And even smaller than that, what do you need to do right now, this hour? Right? So, yeah, I mean, that's it. That's the secret, right? Is what is the thing that I need to be doing right this moment?
Right.
And then do it. And then after that, now what do I need to be doing that moment? And then do it. Not what do I need to do this day, this week, this month, this year. Just one step at a time, right? And win the day.
Another piece about this is what hard kind of is, and just pushing your limits and everything. I mean, you have to understand human nature, right? Which is, humans really any natural being is probably going to take the path of least resistance, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why we spend 80% of our time on the things that give us 20% of the results, because those are the easier things to do. But that's why you're getting the 20% results with the 80% of things that you're doing, because those are the easier things.
And that's where it's tricky, because it feels like work, right? Making your business card, setting up a new bank account, setting up a corporate bank account, making an LLC.
Yeah.
Those things feel like work, but they're not really work.
They're not really
right?
moving the needle.
It's not like, and that's where it's tricky. Like your brain will trick you with it, right? Because you're not choosing between making calls or watching Netflix most of the time, where it's like, obviously this is not work.
Right.
It's making calls or working on your website, making calls or ordering your business card, all those kinds of things that feel like work.
Which goes back to time blocking. I mean,
yeah, there's a good see if you can pull it up on your phone.
What is it?
There's a I think it's by this guy Scott Adams. So there's two things that are really good on this. One's an article. It's called "Do the Real Thing" by Scott Adams. I think it's Scott Adams. And then there's another book called "The War of Art."
And then what do you want me to look up?
It's like a play on The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Stephen Pressfield, The War of Art. So if you guys want a good book,
so do you want to just give the breakdown of the concept?
Yeah. If you guys want a good book on like the mindset around, the burnout and taking small steps and doing the real work, things like that, these are two great resources for you to check out.
Yeah, you want me to read this or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
which one is that?
So this is Do the Real Thing.
Okay.
Right. Likely refers to the idea of adopting systems and frameworks for personal success rather than focusing solely on goals. So systems over goals, right? Adams suggests that instead of fixating on specific goals, like losing weight, for instance, it's more effective to build systems that support desired outcomes. For example, instead of aiming to lose 10 pounds, one might create a system to not keep eating unhealthy food at home, right?
Yep.
So like building it's a system, right? Just things around you to help you do that thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But using another piece of this is using ego strategically. Adams discusses how to leverage ego as a tool for motivation and progress while also recognizing when to dial it down to improve thinking clarity, the power of habits. He emphasizes the importance, this is probably the big one right here. He emphasizes the importance of developing good habits and using techniques like hypnosis. No. Oh, geez. I'm not going to try.
Let me see it.
Hypnotism?
Probably hypnotism.
Hypnotism. That's what it is.
Let me see that. Oh, it's not Scott Adams. Hold on.
This guy.
That's the guy that did Dilbert. Although that stuff was good too.
I was going to say that's,
Scott Young. That's where I messed up. All right. First, read through a couple of these here.
I'm not a good reader, man.
I can read it. I
got this. You want me to basically
just give a couple points there. See what you think.
Success largely boils down to a simple distinction. It's glaringly obvious once you see it, but also easy to find ingenious ways of ignoring it. Do the real thing and stop doing fake alternatives.
Yep.
Consider one person who wrote to me saying she turned down a job working in French. She didn't feel her French was good enough yet. So instead, she planned to listen to podcasts at home every day until she was ready. You know what would have helped her get good at French? Working at a job in French.
Yep.
Working at a job in the language she wanted to speak was the real thing for her. Listening to podcasts at home to prepare was the fake alternative she chose instead.
Yep.
So it's actually doing the thing.
Doing the thing.
Which really makes sense because that's the book title.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have to read that. I mean, I think that's a good example right there.
Yep. Yeah, that's another one. Education is really big. I don't want to say, I guess it could come into the burnout.
Education, that's a huge one.
It could come into the burnout thing because education is important, but it's...
At the end of the day, we talked about this.
It becomes just entertainment.
Would you take, so let's just say we had two phones right here and you had to pick two people that were going to make a cold call or someone that was going to go do an open house for you.
Yeah.
And choose between these two people. Would you choose the person that's watched 100 videos on doing an open house or the person that's actually done 100 open houses?
Right.
You're going to choose the person that's done the actual work.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter how much you've read up on it. the experience you get from actually doing it will teach you way more than whatever you read or watched or listened to, whatever.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, we have agents in our office that go to trainings, and there's no shade, but have never sold homes and keep going to trainings. And it's like, you really don't need more training. You don't need more education. You just need to get out there and do the uncomfortable work.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable, you're not doing the right thing. Right?
Yeah. Think about it. Well, I'll give you another example. Think about, like, okay, let's just say, I don't know, direct mail or something. It doesn't matter. Some type of lead generation technique. Not that that's unproductive. That can be very productive,
Sure.
right? But at the end of the day, what is that thing that you're trying to do lead into? Leads into a phone call. You're going to talk to this person at some point, right? Yeah. So there's certain ways, or you might be avoiding that phone call, but at the end of the day, that phone call is the thing, right? It then goes from the phone call to meeting them here or at a house, whatever, and then the next thing is getting the paperwork signed, right?
Yep.
But you can try to do all the things around it. Doesn't matter, social media, any kind of networking. It's not that those are unproductive, but you're doing a lot of those things to kind of shade away from just making that phone call to that person that you might know. Right. It's like me posting a social media post. Hey, we have a client event, right, this day. To, let's just say I have a couple family members, I want to see it, but you have their contact. Just make the call to them and say, hey, we have this client event. I really wanted you to come out. Do you think you can come?
Yeah.
That's way more important.
Yep.
That's way better. That's
an
example, to be fair. But, I mean, I think that's a huge one for realtors. I mean,
yeah,
I got to go make some calls right after this. Maybe I'll just make a social media post.
So that kind of plays into what Hormozy says, like, you need to be reminded more than you need to be taught.
Oh yeah,
right,
big time.
I just was looking at a post earlier today too, and it's like, it said education versus try, get stuck, education. Like, you should be getting for the most part your education when you need it for specific things. I used to read a ton of business books when I just got started in real estate and in the business world, and I forgot all of them. I spent a lot of time reading books, and some of them helped, but I forgot 99% of it because it wasn't applicable to what I was doing at the time. Right.
We just made this example, but it's like trying to jump from level 1 to level 10, but you have to go from level 1, 2, level 3, 4, and you need different information. You need different tools to get to that next level at that time.
Right. So I'm going to say a hot take. Until you're doing about 20 sales a year, you just need to work. You don't need more education. You don't need to understand leverage. You don't need to understand anything like that. Once you get to 20, you can start working a little more on your business and understanding like the next step of like leverage, understanding finance, understanding like the accounting back end, looking at profit margins, stuff like that. But until you get to 20, you just got to talk to more people. That's it. How do you talk to more people? I don't care. Like, talk to people in the office, talk to people in the elevator, talk to people at open houses, talk to people on the phone. Just talk to more people. That's it.
That is a hot take.
That's a hot take.
I don't think it's a bad one, though. I agree.
True. Yeah.
No, I agree. Just go to talk to more people.
Anything else is just not doing the real thing. It's just distracting you.
No doubt.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, what other pieces on mindset burnout do you think we can throw in here that are useful?
We talked a little bit about time blocking. I feel like this is super unorganized because like they all kind of play into each other. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everything we've been talking about. Time blocking is important, right? How do you do the real thing? You block it out first thing in the morning, right? And if you can, not if you can, you should get ready for it the day before. So if I come in and I don't have a list of who I need to call or what I need to do for the day already set, my brain, I want to separate thinking and doing. That's how, because your brain will try to think your way out of doing the things you need to do. Versus if you put in, like in our CRM, you can make a call list, right? So if I make a call list and I say, this is today's Tuesday, I say, this is my Wednesday, July 13th, July 15th, whatever, July 15th call list. This is the open call in the morning. I can just come in and get right to it. I don't need to think about, do I need to call this person? Has it been too long? Have I called this person too recently? I don't want to bother them. No, get all the excuses out of the way. Just come in and get right to it.
Right. Okay.
So getting ready the day before is a big key to win the day. I'm not perfect about it, but it is, when I do it and I'm consistent with it, it's extremely helpful. And you should do it too.
Yeah, I should do it.
Get your list ready. Oh, we knew that was going to
We
happen.
knew it was going to happen. This guy.
I got about 30 minutes.
Got a cameo here.
Can we hop in?
Mark's off camera here. Huh? We're kind of wrapping up. Yeah. So what we're saying, we're talking about time blocking and getting ready the night before. Do you do that right now?
You said, do I do that right now?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
So every day before you end your workday, you should have, here's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Right.
Because when you get into tomorrow, your brain is going to want to do all these different things. But again, if you today tell yourself tomorrow what you're going to do, you almost have to have like a, within yourself, like employer and employee relationship.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
Like you,
Because I think that's
I need to, tomorrow I'm the employee. Today, as I'm wrapping up work, I need to be the employer, and I say, hey, here's your priorities for tomorrow. You need to do this, this, and this. Okay. And then tomorrow I come in and I'm just the employee. I just get it done.
I think that's the discipline mindset piece that realtors struggle with.
Absolutely.
Because it's obviously a lot different when you have a job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get fired if you don't do your work.
Right? Yeah, you have to have
someone's
both.
telling you what to do, but you definitely have a lot more flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might get into the business thinking, I'm going to have extra time. It's not necessarily what that means at all.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually going to be working just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
But no, there's just no one to be over you to tell you what to do. You have to, I mean, literally what he's saying, be your own employer, you know?
Yep.
Which, I mean, I think a lot of small business owners have no clue until they've been into it for a little while. Like, oh, this is different than what I thought. I thought I was going to be on the beach half these days.
Yeah.
That is not it.
Well, again, it's like anything, you know, I tell people like real estate's going to be hard, and they're like, okay, yeah. And then they get into it and we're like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
this
it's
is a grind.
hard. Like, really? Okay. I got it. What else?
I mean, what about burnout?
We could talk about
Do you set up small goals to help you not burn out?
Yeah.
Like, do you do
That's
small
a great point.
wins?
So I mean, it kind of like what we were talking about with the Spartan race. It's like one foot in front of the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not focusing on the big project. You're not focusing on the end goal. You're focusing on one foot in front of the other. So you come in, your goal is to make one call, and then your goal is to make one more call, and then your goal is to make one more call. Don't worry about 50 calls. Don't worry about your day. Don't worry about your week, month, year. Just take it one step at a time.
Do you like
make those the wins, right?
Okay.
I don't necessarily reward myself for it in any particular way, but just if you start, and it won't happen immediately, but you can like just mentally kind of reward yourself for doing the work one step at a time.
Right.
You know, you're still going to get excited when you have an appointment versus when somebody like tells you to go to hell. You know? Like there's no way around that. But you can learn to be happier and be more satisfied with just doing the work. And it's a practice. You'll do it the first time and you're like, this is stupid. But if you keep doing it after a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, you'll get to where like what I just said. Where
do you set up like,
miss it.
Yeah, but do you ever set up end of the month? And I feel like you do, but I couldn't name one thing, so I'm not actually sure.
What?
Name okay, if I do this month, me and my wife are going to go blah, blah, blah. And then look at that. Like, for instance, you've done it for me. You just gave me one. If I get 200 contract this month, then you're going to fly me out to Tom Ferry, whatever. Which we need to talk about because I'm curious. But are you going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Planning to. Yep.
Awesome. So you obviously set that up for me, but do you do something like that for yourself? Okay, I need to do these sales, and then me and my mastermind group, like, we'll go out and blah, blah, blah. Do you in that group set up goals for each other? Or
so we used to do competitions. Oh, we still do competitions on and off. It got to be a lot because we did quarterly competitions and then we would all like fly out and meet up somewhere. But it was just a lot to keep up with everyone's schedule, every quarter taking a trip together, and they weren't cheap trips. They're
Right.
very expensive trips every
Right.
time we did something together. So that's a good point. I should do something like that, but I don't currently, really. I do the Keller Williams 411, which I don't have my phone on me, but I set out my priorities for the week, and then I break it down into daily goals. So I'll put it for multiple aspects of life. So business, it'll be 50 contacts, 50 seller contacts, 25 buyer contacts, 15 agent contacts, right? X amount of appointments set. So like I try to go on 3 appointments a week, 3 new appointments a week. And then projects, like I'm working on the webinar, stuff like that. So try to organize different projects there and break it down into what do I need to accomplish this week? This long project, what do I need to do this week? And when can I do it? Right. I have personal stuff on there. So like date night with my wife every other week. I'll put that on there. Make sure it's scheduled, make sure it's on the calendar. Health, gym 4 or 5 times a week, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like my highest priorities for the week. And then again, it's kind of like that employer-employee thing. When you get going in the week and you're like, oh, this and this and this and this fire and that and that. And it's like, come back to what you set for yourself at the beginning of the week, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. I feel like we keep talking about time blocking because that's a discipline thing.
Yeah.
Not just a mindset thing.
Yeah.
And as much as we want to talk about mindset, and it's as important as that is, the discipline where the mindset gets trumped by the discipline. Right. So regardless of how you feel, you got to do the thing. So even though this might be titled mindset, I think we're talking a lot about discipline.
Yeah.
Because at some point,
they're all kind of the same,
and they're all definitely intertwined for sure, like for sure. Yeah, I don't know.
That it?
Yeah.
I feel like we talk about this for a long time, but it's like, where do you start and where do you stop?
Right.
You know what I mean? But bottom line, if you're feeling burnt out, you need to do a time audit. And only if I said, get a timer on your phone, a watch, something like that, when you're making calls to people, all right, whatever you're in, even if you're not in real estate, whatever the real thing is, okay, time it. Start it and stop when you stop. You run to the bathroom, someone pops in to talk to you in your office, you go grab a drink, stop it. And then when you come back to it, start it again. And then when you stop it. And do that throughout your day, throughout your week. You'll be amazed at how little time you spend doing the real thing. I promise you. I will bet anyone any amount of money. If they do this and they really track it, they will be shocked at how little time they actually spend doing the real thing. And if you spend a lot of time doing the real thing, then you will make sales. Full stop.
Right.
Right.
And if you're not making sales and you actually are doing the real thing, maybe it's a skills problem, which then the education comes in maybe.
Yes, but you'll still get results.
Right.
Regardless. You could be the worst salesperson on earth, but if you're doing the real thing 8 hours a day, you're probably still selling 50 houses a year. You're crushing it.
Right.
Right. Like I bet most people that work 40 hours a week in real estate, if they really timed how long they do the real thing, probably less than 2 hours a week, I would guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. Just being real efficient with it. Cool. Wrap it up there.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Hopefully this was helpful, guys. Check out our last episode, which was on working paid leads, different kinds of marketing, advertising, different aggregators, Zillow, Realtor.com, Avoto, stuff like that. How do you work that? How do you convert them? What's that process look like? Next week, we have, I don't know.
We'll have another podcast.
We'll figure it out.
Do them on Tuesday, so probably a week from now you'll see another one.
Yep.
Just to touch on that last podcast, he's talking about paid leads. That was basically part 3 of a 3-piece series on how to do 30 sales a year with 30 hours a week, right? And we talked about paid leads. The video before that, we talked about, I believe, SOY. And then the video before that, we talked in
Prospecting.
leveraging SOI, referral-based business, people in your database, right? And the other one's cold turkey, cold prospecting, right?
Cold turkey.
Cold turkey's crazy.
We'll cut that one out.
Yeah. Well, no, but cold prospecting, right? Like things like open houses, cold calling, so that you can do those 30 sales. So
Yep.
if you just need if you're new in the business and you're like, I don't even know what this, people talk about this lead generation, like what are we talking about? Like that's probably a good podcast to start with.
Yeah.
Look up the 30 sales in 30 hours a week, and then it'll go more in depth on those each videos after it. So
yep.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. That's a wrap.